What up, folks? How y'all doing tonight? Yeah, I set up the dogs. They're all barking right now. Where is that dog? Oh, he's in the backyard. You see him? You at the backyard? I think I see some cars coming this way. Get out the way. Don't want to be a hood ornament. Yeah, I could fall walking on the sidewalk. We get ran over walking in the street. Yeah, because some of the sidewalks are uneven. Yeah, well, disappointed that the NBA season is over with. As long as the dogs ain't loose, shit, I ain't tripping. There's a little bitty motherfucker over here, look. He looks like a statue and shit. Yeah, well, at least Golden State didn't win. That's all I can say. But man, when the referees call the games for certain individuals, it makes me not like that individual. I know it's not their fault, but Joker, he could push, pull, knock motherfuckers down. They don't call the corresponding foul. He camps out in the lane. I know they want the European to pick up more balls, basketballs, but that's not how you do it, man. You gotta call the game fair, man, and let whoever wins. Just don't give it to them. Cause even Jeff Van Gundy said they should have caught a couple more fouls early in the game on Joker, because he was in foul trouble. But they don't, because they don't want to keep him out the game. But the players need to adjust to the way they call the fouls, not the referees. Adjust to the players. Yeah, man. I'm gonna talk about the fight. I just can't wait, man. Bud's a great fighter. Don't get me wrong. But he's not big enough. Came up from 135 and I've been fighting at 147 plus. Because we made it up to 150. I guess when you start off, the exact weight is not really as important. But you're trying to get that belt. With the belt comes, the money comes, Yeah, because I love to watch baseball. I grew up watching baseball, basketball, football, boxing, ever since a kid. But yes, baseball is the only season that's on right now. But to me, it's just the most out of all of them. It's, I wouldn't say the most boring. Not as exciting. It's not as exciting as the other sports. The action takes too long. Man, I don't know if we could catch the moon tonight. At least the wind's blowing. Yeah, you know what was crazy, man? I went to my hometown yesterday. And I saw my cousin. I should have seen my cousin saw me first. At HEB. In the Hot Wheels section. In the toy section. He doesn't even live in Corpus either. That's weird, man. I know what it is. I know what it is. Same thing I said the last time when I hadn't talked to him in months, but I haven't seen him in 2 years. I haven't talked to him in about a year and a half. Yeah, well, I'm the type of person that always answers my phone, always answers my text, even if I don't answer it right away, the text. Man, he wouldn't answer my calls. He wouldn't answer my texts, and that shit pisses me off, man. I was trying to help him get a better job than he had. I suppose. I think it was a better job. You don't answer, I'm like, fuck you then. Yeah, he's been mad at me for a while though. He's mad at me first. It's my fault. I'm not gonna lie. I hit his license was expired. Mine was suspended. Well, truthfully, it wasn't suspended anymore, but I didn't have a valid driver's license. The plastic, you know. I had to move, and it was just me and my mom. Should I say my mom and I? Proper English, I guess. And he was gonna help me and help me move because this was can't lift the couch by myself. Well, anyway, his wife had rented the U-Haul. I know he's probably gonna see this because I'm, but I hit a car in the parking lot. I'm over here arguing with my mom for a reason I do not know. The courtesy booth ain't open. I said, I don't care, Mom. I can't be just driving this U-Haul around. I'm over here arguing with her ass and shit. Not paying fucking 100% attention. And that U-Haul was so long, it'll take up like 2 spaces, and I cut the corner too close. Because I was just parking the parking space. I don't even know what I was doing trying to park so close. I should have known better. Yeah, and I hit the side of a fucking car, man. I didn't burn off or nothing. I waited. I could have easily burned off. Because parking lot is private property, so there's no liability to me. But I waited because I already know they couldn't do nothing. I waited because I don't want to be no hit and run and shit. I waited so till the person came out. I fucked up his fishing plans, his fishing trip and shit. They was supposed to go on a boat or something, little boat in the fucking bay or something like that. And when the cops came, the cop was fucking being a dick to me straight off the job. He asked me for my license, and I gave him my ID. He said, "There's not no license." I'm like, I said, "I do have a driver's license, but I don't have the actual plastic. I just have my ID. It's not no license. You shouldn't even be driving." I'm like, that fucker's giving me the fucking third degree. Some old fucking sergeant. Those are little loose dogs. Hopefully they ain't aggressive, try to bite me. They don't look like it. As long as I don't step in their yard, because dogs are very territorial. You see him? Dogs always like me, but they're very aggressive. Can't get that across. Well, anyway, the fucking policeman, all mad, took my ID to the police car to run it. And then he comes back, he says, "You do have a driver's license, but you don't have the act." I said, "Man, that's what I said. But I know they're not supposed to believe what people say, because people lie to him all the time." But he wasn't as aggressive with me anymore. And he wanted me to call whoever rented the U-Haul. And I called my cousin, and he said that his girl was working out of town. She had to drive or whatever, so she couldn't come and drive the U-Haul. And I told him, because I was talking to my cousin right in front of him. Then he said, "Well, you can't drive the U-Haul because you don't have an actual license. But somebody else can come drive it. He said, if I catch you driving it, I'm impounding it." I said, "Man, I can't impound it with all my shit." So I was like, I ain't gonna take that chance. Yeah, so when we move, we're moving to the same apartments where my ex-girlfriend worked at, because she talked to the lady. And it's only had been, 3 months since she had left, because she think I didn't know. But you know when somebody's fucking up. You know when somebody's doing something not supposed to, they change. Well, anyway, she went and drove it over there. Then I went to go pick up my cousin so he could help me move the shit, but not in the U-Haul. Yeah, I moved the shit or whatever, and then I gave him like $20 gas, even though they didn't take that much, or how much ever. Yeah, like $20 to put more, because shit, they're gonna tax you. They're gonna tax you when you take it back, and it needs gas. So he told me, yeah, they say they had no damage on it. 10 months later, he tells me that his wife gets a letter in the mail talking about it was $2,700 worth of damage. Come on, man, the car wasn't even worth probably like 10,000 maybe. But that's on the quarter panel, you know. It's like $2,700. Like, I told my cousin, I explained to my cousin, I said, "You're not liable. Not liable if it's on private property." Yeah, ever since then, he changed towards me. And I didn't expect all that to happen. Well, needless to say, I saw him at HEB, grocery store. Yeah, we were talking for about what? It seemed like 15 minutes, but I know it was probably like 30. Because I hadn't talked to him since over a year and something. Close to 2 years. No, I take that back. About a year and a half. When my mom trying to get me sent to prison and shit. He said, I've been told you need to stay away from mama. I said, yeah, man, but I couldn't let my mom die, man. She was living in a garage apartment with no fucking air conditioning. The lady didn't want her to turn it on because my mom hadn't been paying the rent. Because my brother wasn't paying his part, so she wasn't paying her part. Go figure. I went over there to drop her off some food, and man, I just instantly got drenched. I just started sweating like a motherfucker. I don't know, I try to do right, but it ends up always be the wrong move. Not always, but most of the times they're not. Like, man, I'm trying to do right, man, by my mom, and even though I'm not even cool with my mom, she's a backstabber, man, a liar, and all kind of derogatory words. But still my mom, so yeah, I called my cousin when those motherfuckers pulled out the pistol on me and shit and shot in the ground. He's like, oh man, just be careful. I'm like, the fuck? Like, that's all the fucking advice you give me, fool? Didn't even ask me where they stayed, who they were, none of that shit, man. I'm like, and with the shoes on the other foot, I'm ready to fucking go commando and shit. Go straight Rambo on that ass. But, you know, my cousin's not like that. He grew up on the south side of Corpus, so it's different than growing on the south side of H-Town. And Horn Clark is different. But man, it's it's the fight in the dog, you know. Yeah, well, I talked to him and made me feel good. He gave me his number. I gave him my number so he could call me, and I could lock his number in. Yeah, you know, it's my grandma at work, man. The Lord. I threw my grandma, or should I say my grandma through the Lord. Because another time that I was mad at him, I forgot why, probably for the same shit. Not answering the phone or not texting back, like, damn, what if I fucking really needed him, you know? Well, anyway, we gave my girl at the time, her cousin, a ride to the pawn shop. She was supposed to pawn something. When I pulled up, I pulled up right next to his car. I didn't notice it was his car at first, but I knew it was the same make and model, so I was like, man, is that my cousin's car? I looked at the wheels and like, yep, that's my cousin's car. So when he came out, he was in the pawn shop too. I don't know what the fuck, probably no fuck, was he getting the price or looking at a fucking watch or some shit? I don't fucking remember exactly. I think it was a watch. I started talking to him. Yeah, because when I get mad at somebody, it's for a reason, and I don't want to talk to them. I stay mad. I'm not aggressively mad, because, you know, I get disappointed, man. Yeah, I was talking to my boy Rab. Yeah, because he called me after the game. Yeah, we talk a lot on the phone. Even though I can't barely hear him with that fucking shitty ass earpiecey guys. I'll be telling them, can't hear you, man. He said, man, that's God working right there. Like, man, you know what? You're sure right. Sure right. Yeah, because my cousin was my best friend for a long time, you know. I would talk to him all the time. But then from all the time to no time, man, I feel like I had no friend. Man, all the animals are out tonight. Some cats, look. I don't know if y'all can see them. There goes one right there. See if I zoom in a little bit. The other one took off. Yeah, I texted him when I made it back home, and it might be the same old shit. No fucking answer. No reply. Yeah, because he told me that he lost his phone too, or something happened to his phone. He got a whole different number or something. Usually the older persons like to keep the same number all the time. It was good that I saw him. It made me feel good. And then I told him, man, I can't wait for that fight. I forgot that fight is on his birthday. And he said, Terrence Crawford's gonna lose. So yeah. So why do you say that? He said he ain't fought nobody. Because he's a sports fanatic too, but he ain't as much a sports fanatic as myself. Yeah, because we used to watch the games on the phone. But then, you know, along what comes with time, and like a different service, different place. One game is ahead of the other, so it kind of fucks it up. It was like the cable landline. Shit.